So I started flying paramotors in 2013, but it wasn't until 2017 that I really started focusing on making YouTube content. That means in that time span, I filled up about 3 hard drives worth of random footage of shenanigans that have never been seen before on YouTube. Today, I figured we'd take a trip down memory lane and revisit some of the highlights of that time span of flying. A lot of these things are just kind of dumb things that I was having fun with at the time, but there were some things that I recorded back then that I'm not even going to share on YouTube now. Also in this video, I'm going to be announcing the winner to our giveaway with Parajet and Aviator Paramotor. That's going to be at the very end of this video, so stick around to see that. It's very exciting stuff. Also, if you enjoy the content I put out here on this YouTube channel and you want to show some support, drop a like on this video, and if you want to show even more support, check out our Risky Biscuits Co merch, link down in the description. So when I learned to fly a paramotor, I was already a fixed-wing private pilot. I had been flying for around 2 years at the time. I went down to Florida, trained with Aviator and the paramotor, brought all my gear home, and my point is I had a lot of airplane pilot friends, and that kind of led to doing some formation flying with airplanes on my paramotor. Of course, all of this formation work was totally consensual and totally pre-planned and legal within all aspects of the FAA regulations. One of the most memorable instances was when my buddy and I went out. He was in the Cub and I was in my paramotor. He's flying around, I'm waving at him, and he comes up behind me and underneath, flies directly under me, and then pulls up at the last second. Also during this time period of my life, I hadn't started doing YouTube professionally, and my occupation at the time was a professional skydive parachute packer. I worked at the drop zone packing primarily tandem parachutes for the skydiving operation. I would work long days, sometimes packing 30 parachutes. It was tough manual labor, and at the end of the day, all I wanted to do was have an opportunity, a little bit of sunlight left to go out and fly around. What this kind of led to was a lot of formation flying with vehicles, golf carts, cars, trucks, motorcycles, you name it. We would try to synchronize the speed of the vehicle with the paramotor and either do a hand to foot touch or touch the top of the vehicle with my feet. One of the most memorable shots of this time was when I was linking up with a car. I was trying to get to the passenger side of the car, but there was a dog in the back seat and the window was down. And as I got up close with the passenger, the dog was chomping out the window trying to bite my leg. As you guys know from my current videos, I do enjoy dropping things occasionally, and occasionally I get in some trouble with the FAA for dropping 2,000-foot rolls of toilet paper. But back before I started YouTube, it was much the same. Dropping stuff out of a paramotor is a lot of fun, as long as you do it responsibly and legally. I would drop toilet paper, paper airplanes, random chunks of styrofoam, anything I could really find that was safe and reasonable. And don't worry, I picked up all of it, none of it was ever litter. And sometimes, rather than picking it up after it touched the ground, I would fly through the toilet paper and catch it in the lines of the paramotor. I got the bright idea that I was gonna take my shoe off mid-flight, drop it, and then fly down and pick it up again. Keep in mind, there was nobody present on the ground when I was dropping my shoe because a shoe could hurt someone. So I lob my shoe out, it falls to the ground, and I go back to pick up the shoe. And it turned out it was a lot harder than it seemed. It took multiple attempts, but I finally picked it up, flew away with my shoe, and put it back on.
All right, I'm gonna drop my shoe. See if I can fly down. Then put it back on. That looks about right.
That was so much fun. Stupid fun. So much stupid fun. And I'm setting off my car alarm with my keys in my pocket.
So there was another instance when it was wintertime, it had just snowed, and none of the parks, none of the runways or parking lots or anything were plowed yet. And I really wanted to fly because conditions were perfect. I struck out on all my options, so the only thing left was take off from a random street.
I think I'm gonna give this one a shot, although it's really quite sketchy. I'm gonna lay the wing out here, run that way, favor the right side of the road so I don't touch those power lines, and split the gap between that tree and the power lines over there. Then I can turn right and climb out in the next field.
There were some power lines, there were some trees, but I scoped it out. I walked the entire length that I would need to take off, determined it would be safe, and took off and landed on this random street.
Woo! Good. That was so crazy epic. That actually wasn't as bad as I thought. My face is so freezing right now. Worth it. Good old Blackhawk here with the fresh dandy rebuild kit, except the shroud vibrates like none other. Ooh, what is that? I don't like that. Who knows where that's coming from? Because I don't. doesn't look good. I know that. Whatever, man. It runs. It's trusty or something. Fine piece of machinery.
So this is some footage I don't think I've ever shared on YouTube when I did my first SAT ever. Now a SAT is kind of an advanced aerobatic maneuver. It starts out as kind of an entry to a spiral where you start diving, but then you continue pulling real hard on one brake and the rotation kind of flips. So the wing is going forward through the air and your body is going backwards, and the rotation point is in the center between the wing and your body. Now this is not how I recommend anyone do their first SAT. Don't just go out and wing it. But that's what I did. I figured if I had my reserve and I had my flotation and I did it over a giant lake at a high altitude, worst thing that could happen is I throw my reserve, I end up in the water, and my flotation goes off and a boat saves me. So that's what I did. And the problem was, every time I tried to enter the SAT, I chickened out. And there's two ways to screw up a SAT: either pulling too hard and spinning the glider, or not pulling enough and just keeping it in a spiral where you build way too much G-force. Every time I would get the wing flat and I would get scared, I wouldn't pull hard enough to get it into the SAT, and it would just build an enormous amount of G-forces. And it was so much that my GoPro even flipped down and I kind of messed up the shot because it wasn't at the right angle anymore. Eventually, I finally nailed it. I got it in the SAT and I held it there. It was the best feeling ever. I was so stoked. I decided to head back to the airport I took off from, and I realized on my flight back that my paramotor kept turning to the left. And I was like, it wasn't like this when I flew out to the lake. Turns out my swing arms on my paramotor had actually bent from the enormous amount of G-forces. Now, the paramotor I was on at the time was not really made or rated for high G maneuvers. The arms were just aluminum tubes, and they were totally bent. Another reason why I don't really recommend going out and doing these things on your own. Now the time has come to finally announce the winner of the Aviator Paramotor and Parajet giveaway. If you guys weren't tuned in, the winner of this giveaway is going to be training with Aviator Paramotor June 12th. Not only that, Parajet stepped in to give away a brand new Parajet Maverick, which will either be a Moster 185 or an Atom 80, depending on what the person wants. I want to give a huge thank you to all of you guys that participated, and I want to give another huge thank you to both Aviator and Parajet for sponsoring the prize. Okay, I guess this is the moment of truth. I will just go out and say it, put in a virtual drum roll. The winner of the Aviator Paramotor and Parajet giveaway is Michael Bishop. Congratulations to Michael. Now, here's the thing, real time, at this moment, I have not contacted Michael. So I think what I'm gonna do is give him a phone call and see if he accepts the prize. Whew, I'm nervous.
Hello?
Hey, is this Michael?
It is. How can I help you? Is this Affleck? Hello? Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, is this Affleck?
It is not. This is Tucker Gott.
Yo, no way, bro.
What's up, man? I just wanted to call to congratulate you.
Are you dude, you gotta stop right now. Stop.
You're
Are you talking about what I think you're talking about? Is somebody playing a prank on me?
Your vehicle's warranty has actually expired, and
Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
no, I'm just kidding, man. You won.
Sick joke.
You're the winner of the Aviator and Parajet giveaway.
Dude, I don't even know. No way. No, I literally just I got in my truck. I was waiting on a call from Affleck, obviously. And
I thought you were trying to prank me.
Bro, are you serious? Hold on, let me see. It's not that I don't believe you, it's absolutely insane.
I know, right?
I don't know. here. I'm in my truck. I gotta pull over and park. I've been buying shirts left and right because I just think they're cool. They fit really good. And I'm like, yeah, you never know. I'll get lift. Maybe I'll get lucky, but worst case scenario, I got a couple cool shirts, anyways. So I just, at the end of the day, I was going to get training with Aviator or one of their alliance partners regardless, because it's one of the things that's important is to me to get good reputable training and to be a good ambassador just for the sport,
Yeah. So my camera overheated, I shut it down, let it cool off, and now we're back, but I lost the end of that phone call with Michael. Overall, he sounds like an extremely deserving candidate for training. Sounds like a really good guy. Wants to get into the sport, wants to do it right, wants to represent the sport well, which what more can you ask for? So like I was telling Michael, the training is set for June 12th, and I'm hoping to make it down there myself and just kind of hang out in Florida, film some of the training. If you're someone watching and you are not the winner, which is a lot of people, I am truly grateful for you guys supporting the whole giveaway. I wish every single person could win, but obviously that's just not practical. Look forward to many more giveaways in the future. Drop a comment down below if you can think of any other prize ideas that you would be interested in seeing in a future giveaway. Also, give a big congratulations to Michael in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned, good weather is on the way. Not right now, but it's on the way, I promise. We'll see you in the next episode. Till then, peace.